Hi, everybody. Just thinking about going for a little walk. Let's see. Hi, everybody. Okay, so my goodness, yesterday was a full day, and Rob just got a very important phone call, so I thought I would go outside and not disturb him with my loud voice live streaming, because sometimes I get a little carried away, a little upset. But that I wanted to talk about the meeting that we had, and also the chart that I decided to make because of, well, I've been wanting that for a while now, that chart. And if you haven't seen it, I even made a couple changes since I posted it, but not big changes, just instead of Richard's wrongs, I put Richard's troubles. And instead of 0.001% chance, I put 0.003% chance. No big. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I'm headed back because that's a little dead zone there. I know that little part of that chart is contentious. I'm contentious. I'm sorry. I'm not making any apologies for that, because I know my husband is a physician assistant. 80% of people that are being harmed by this sickness are very, very low on vitamin D. And you know how we make vitamin D in our body? How we get it? It's being in the sunshine. So why would these white coats, prevent people when they know 80% of the people having problems with this sickness are very low in vitamin D? Why would they keep you inside? It just doesn't make sense. And why wouldn't they say, hey, go and get some sunshine, go and get some vitamin D, good vitamin D, and take care of yourself, What? I don't understand. I have a real hard time with this, because that our suicides are up like crazy. Like crazy. When the suicides from being depressed, from not getting hugs and love and doing your job and being able to get out and meeting with family and all the other things that goes along with life, when those numbers come out, it's going to be horrific. And so, and I'm a huge fan of Florence Nightingale, and I'm a huge fan of Mother Teresa. And fear is also a very, very big contributor, one of the largest contributors to sickness, when people live in fear. And to keep people living in fear, I'm a math teacher. So I look at statistics, I look at numbers, and when I'm looking at the numbers, what they are saying to us and what the numbers are, I'm just shocked. I'm having to deal with that, and then I'm having to deal with Richard Halliday, not that I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the shockingness of the lies and the control and the harmfulness to people, the dehumanization of people, is taking people's lives away from them, taking their favorite parts of their lives away from them. It's shocking to me. It's shocking. What is this culture? I just don't get it. It's not one of Florence Nightingale, and it's sure not of Mother Teresa. It is something other. So I think I'll stop there in my analysis of that. But that is the only contentious, I think, thing in that graph, in that post that I put up today called Richard's Troubles. And another reason why I decided to put that together is because I get a lot of messages. When did this happen? And when did that happen? And what did they do about that? What did they do about that? And so I wanted to put it up there that I can just shot it to anybody that has questions, because they need those answers. I needed those answers. And people that are caring about their children, their sons and daughters, they need those answers. And I think when you look at that and you see what Richard, well, let me go through my list so I don't forget anything. The first thing in our meeting yesterday with the 2-star general was that we talked about many things. We had an agenda. We had do-outs that were answered, or at least discussed to see where they were at. And so that was really important. And Richard as missing status. We want Richard's status to be changed from deserter to missing. And the reason why we want to change that is because the people that are looking for Richard, the people that are on Fort Bliss, are military. And he has deserter beside his name. We are looking for a deserter. That's criminal. It's so negative. And so when I'm hearing from these people, I'm on the search team, and what makes Richard so special? And, he was AWOL, and he's a deserter, and, he was even worse, they say about him. So when we approach that, what they said to us back was, we need to be very careful about changing his status to missing. Because the only crime that Richard has committed is deserter. Okay? And I'm like, really? There's no proof that he ever left base. There's no proof. You see, they even see him as a criminal. They like that label because it gives them access to subpoenas and warrants in the investigation. Okay? So they have to make him out to be a criminal so that they can investigate a criminal. I want it stopped. I want to tell you, we were given a list of how many subpoenas and warrants they've already received from Richard. It was over 40, I think 42, but 2 of them are pending. Over 40 subpoenas and warrants on everything about Richard. His banking, his social media, his travels, his phone. I can name them all. It's unimaginable. It is huge. Can you imagine? 42. I counted on the list. I think 2 are pending. So, none of them, all of that information from all of those subpoenas and warrants, not one of them show proof of life after the 23rd of July. Not one. Okay? And not one prove that he left Fort Bliss. And I was sleeping on that last night, and I was thinking, why would he leave? He would never leave after what they did to him on the 28th of March. Look at that. Look at that graph that I made. Not the graph, but that chart that I made. Look at it. Look what was done to him for going off post. for just leaving the post. Why would he ever want to leave post? Look at what they did to him. Look at what they did to him for that DUI. Look at what they did. Do you know what I call that? And this is what I told him yesterday. Hammurabi's Law. Hammurabi's Law. Hammurabi's Codex. That is Hammurabi's Codex. No mercy at all. You steal a loaf of bread, we cut off your arm. Maybe we cut off both arms. That's Hammurabi's Codex. No mercy. No restoration. He has one restoration on that entire graph, and that is because he finished the classes and did what El Paso police told him to do for his DUI. That was very sloppy, and he did wrong, but because he did everything that they said to do, he expunged his record. That was the only restorative thing on that whole chart. Please look at it. If you see anything else, let me know. Restitution should lead to restoration. You understand? It's so simple. This is how I would explain it to my children. Okay, this is how it is. You sleep around, then you marry that person. Everything's okay. You sleep around before marriage, it's not okay. Now, that's in our book. That's in our faith. But if you get married to that person, that's restoration. So you're totally restored now. It's okay. You steal $1, steal $100, you go up to that person and you say, I stole $100 out of your wallet. I have to pay you $200 back. That person is very happy because you admitted to them that you stole their $100. They got their $100 back. And then you restored another $100 for the inconvenience. And that's restoration. And you will be best friends forevermore. People don't understand restitution and restoration. You know? But because we've gotten away from that. We rather have Hammurabi's Codex, extreme unmerciful punishment, than to say God's law. Oh, you're a fundamentalist. No, his load is much easier. His burden is so easy because it has restoration. Okay, so that's another topic. The Army, and I'm talking about Fort Bliss, so Major General is bringing in an outside investigator to investigate what happened inside Fort Bliss. Give me thumbs up for that one. That's a good one. An outside investigator is due in a few days and will investigate what happened. And there's been flags put on a lot of people because they know. Don't tell me they don't know. Okay. That is a real good one. Yep. A lot of thumbs up on that one. Next week, the cadaver dogs are going to come in and they're going to start searching on Fort Bliss. Thumbs up on that one. Cadaver dogs. Now, do I want them to find something? No. No. I want Richard to be alive. You understand? I would like him to be a criminal right now. I want him to be a deserter, but there's no sign of it. This is day 119. And they know. They look at my eyes and they know. They know it's true. So they're bringing in the cadaver dogs. They say they are hungry for a lead because every day we don't have leads, it plays against us. I totally agreed with that. So that's why we're out every day talking to people on the street for leads. and trying to earn the trust of those people in the unit, of those people. I don't think anyone can talk to us now because of the investigation. But maybe other outside people that know things can talk to us. And so we will, other people that have experienced this, they can tell us their experiences. These lead to leads. So, so that's really important, and we're all on the street. Another thing, because boots on the ground is the best thing ever. And that leads me to that Del Rio CCTV footage. That Del Rio CCTV footage, we still have not heard back. So that is the only real lead that we have, I think, that might be fruitful in Juarez. Okay? Sliver of chance. Sliver. That's if Richard has been over there living as a total bum, and he didn't need to because he has money in his bank. Why didn't he take some money out over there? Okay. The EquiSearch, we have filled out all the paperwork. We have talked to EquiSearch. We are right there with them. Okay? And Texas Rangers, they are right there waiting. If something comes up, a lead comes up, they're there waiting. They're not allowed on the post. They're not. And they gave us reasons, and I thought they were reasonable reasons. Very reasonable. I understand. So, we also talked about the immunity we wanted to offer. Anyone that had information, we wanted to offer them immunity. So, we talked about that, and he was very reasonable, very gracious. I have to call it out like it is. And he said all the different legal problems. He explained everything to us, and he said, I am willing to grant immunity on a case-to-case basis. It has to be limited, not blanket. I thought that was really great. I thought he was right on. He gave a very good argument for that. Not like argue, but he gave a good case, a good argument for that stance, and we thought it was great. So, thumbs up on that one. Okay, so then we talked about suicide. If Richard had committed suicide and his body was on base. They don't think that's the case at all because they would have found the body. And I agree with them. So suicide on base is really, really, really slim. Really slim. Unless he went way out in one of those training areas or whatever. I don't know. He didn't have a vehicle, so it would be really slim. So that's really good news. So we still have, did he go AWOL? There is no proof of all the CCTV footage that he left Fort Bliss. Was he abducted? I don't know. Murder. We're bringing the cadaver dogs in. And the reason why the murder is on my mind is because of that chart. If you look at that chart and you see his sufferings, I can't even imagine. I feel so bad that he didn't even confide in us. I feel so bad. Why did he keep that from us? We could have just said, Richard, you are 21. You can get on with your life. And don't listen to those rumors. We know who you are. Evil people speak evil things. People that are caught in toxic culture. They talk before they think about it because they're so in that culture. And they don't realize the hurt and the pain and the death that they cause. I just can't even imagine what he went through. I can't even imagine it. And that's why, thank you for standing with us, sharing, commenting, getting our videos out there, because we have to fight against this toxic culture and victims of toxic culture. And don't you realize you don't have to die to be a victim of toxic culture? You can just become part of it and you're a victim of toxic culture. You understand? So, yeah, it's super, yeah, yep, we've got to fight against it. Okay, so was he injured? We don't think so, because that would be like in the suicide realm where the body would smell so bad and, you know, they would have found it. So abducted or murdered. Those are kind of like the two. Sliver of chance of AWOL. Sliver. So the next meeting will be on November 30th. And hopefully we'll have news. Now I have good news today. Last night we did receive yesterday an offer on our home in Florida, and we signed the contract this morning. So pray that it all goes through, and that will free us from a lot of obligations, monetary obligations, so that we can keep with our
Sorry.
Hi. I'm talking to all my friends. Do you want to say hi? Okay. Can you wave and say hi?
He insists on.
Hi. Aw. You are the reason why we are doing this for our children. Yep. Exactly. Thank you so much. So, was he not the cutest? He's so cute. He's so cute. Oh, God always gives me something to lift me up. Because I was watching some videos of my grandchildren this morning, and I just miss them, and it kind of made me a little sad because I can't be there to hug them. And so, but this is why we're doing this, to give them a brighter future. And thank you so much for supporting us doing that. So the next meeting is November 30th. And we will be at the FedEx on Mesa, the nice FedEx that does everything. I know there's several, but it's the big shop there on Mesa, that corner, to rally today. And a big shout out to Papa John's, because they have, big shout out to Papa John's because they've offered us a free meal. So thank you, Papa John's. Thank you. Mwah. So we're going to go over there and pick that up. And thank you for praying for our house to be sold, because it's been almost on the market. It'll be on the market probably like 10 months. But when all this happened, you know, there's a long story behind that, why we even decided to sell it. And then when all this happened, it was like a confirmation. And we're so glad that it finally went through, because it just frees up a lot of obligation for us. And I guess, hello, El Paso. Hello, El Paso. I love you, El Paso. I love you, mountains. So we can find Richard Halliday. So thank you, everybody, for your prayers. And if you have any tips, if you have anybody that would rather speak to one of you and then talk to us, because, and I do want to say this to the searchers, I want to say this every time now. I decided to do it since yesterday. Thank you for searching for Richard. For all those that are searching for Richard, whether you think he's a good guy or not, Thank you for searching for him. Just find him and you can judge him later, okay? Just find him. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Okay, everybody. See you this afternoon at FedEx Crossing. I'll do a live stream there too. Bye-bye. God bless you.